Alright, welcome back to Jeeping for Beginners, folks. Once again, my name is Josh, and today we're going to talk about taillights. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these wonderful little factory installed lights on our JK, and we're going to swap them out with some bright LEDs. Basically, we're going to go from this to this. So stick around. I think you're going to enjoy this. So the really nice thing about Jeep products is they come apart extremely easy. To take the taillights off the back of the JK, it's only 2 screws. The 2 on the inside. Yes, there are screws on the outside, but those are just holding the casing together. You can ignore those. So we're just going to pull these 2 screws. Now once you get those 2 screws out, the light is technically no longer attached to the Jeep. All you got to do is just give it a little wiggle so that you can get it off the back of the vehicle. On the back, you've got the main plug that comes in. This is just a little push pin at the bottom, and it unplugs, and that's it. The factory tail light is now off the Jeep. So now, let's check out the new lights that we decided to put on my wife's JK. So we've chosen to install these lights that we picked up off of Amazon. They have an S-shaped design to them. They're a smoked lens, so it kind of blends in with the theme that my wife has going on with her Jeep, and they're supposed to be super bright. So very excited to get these hooked up. One thing I wanted to note about these in comparison to a factory JK light is if you look on the back of the light, the size comparison is actually very significant. This is much larger and it's much heavier. So I'm really hoping that this is going to do the trick, especially at night. But let's get this installed real quick. So the installation process of pretty much any aftermarket taillight, regardless of which one you choose, is going to be exactly the same. First, you've got the plug that's got to plug back into the factory wiring harness so that we can make sure that everything works. So we're just going to set it down, pull out the factory wiring harness, line up our plugs, and just snap it in. It's that simple. Then tuck the wires in behind, tuck the light in, just like that, and we put the 2 screws that you took out of the old light right back into the new light, and it should attach it nice and firm. So there you have it, folks. I wish I could tell you that it was a lot more complicated than that. It's really that simple. In fact, on just about every Jeep I've ever owned, that's one of the first things I've done because it really is one of the easiest upgrades and modifications. So in the meantime, we're going to wait for the sun to go down so we can see just how bright these are. But I just want to thank you for joining us on this short little tutorial. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them down in the comments below. In the meantime, once again, my name is Josh. This is Jeeping for Beginners. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.